Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay. Wait, wait, wait. Where? So, I've always kind of liked horror games. I like the fact that you could just be in a spot just anxiously waiting for something. It creates a really interesting gameplay loop where nothing could be happening, but just the fact that something could happen creates a bunch of suspense and therefore entertainment. This is also good for developers because that means that they don't actually have to work as hard when developing their game. So, I'm looking around, not much is really happening. I mean, if I play the game, let's see, what do we got? Oh, I hear some sound. What is that? Oh, damn. Well, there we go. Okay. Now to the weak-hearted, don't worry. It's not gonna happen again. Just kidding. There we go. Oh, but okay, for real this time, this is basically all that I have developed so far. It's just a little image that just flies towards you when the game begins and just kind of keeps going. That's basically it, right? We have some black fog over here, but we're not gonna see him anytime soon. Now, I've made 2 videos before. I have a video about screenshots, and I also have a video about horror games. Specifically, like I turned a tycoon into a horror game, and that got quite a lot of views, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I gave the screenshot video to my editor, and then he literally just said, oh, what if you just do it, but like with a horror thing? Like imagine like a monster chasing you, and you have to take a screenshot of the monster so that it doesn't catch you. Like maybe you take a screenshot, and that makes the monster like teleport away from you or like something like that. And I found that actually so cool. I don't know why. Like imagine you're walking in this fog and then you have like a bunch of these monsters like trying to capture you, and maybe you have like some objective and you have to like pick up some item or whatever, right? But then like the monsters have like sounds, right? And then you hear something behind you and you turn around just in the nick of time and you screenshot hoping that you actually captured the monster, and maybe you did, and maybe the monster gets teleported away from you. Or maybe you didn't capture the monster, and maybe the monster now is right in front of you, and you could try and screenshot again, I suppose. Like you could start like spamming screenshots, but maybe it's a bit too late. Maybe there's like some screenshot cooldown, and now that's it, you die. Now I'm gonna quickly disable all of this fog density right now. What we have here is a very simple monster, very similar to a next bot, right? If you haven't seen my tycoon video, I basically made one of these bad boys, and he just kind of chases you around the whole map, like when the tycoon becomes a horror game. And it is pretty cool. Now, the main difference between this guy and, what I had in the Tycoon is that this guy just goes forward. That's it. He goes forward and just keeps going forward, right? And I made this because it's a bit simpler to script and also just to make for a cool little jump scare. Now, in a real game, you obviously would want this guy to follow the player, but I actually, right now, I like how this goes. I could probably make him go a bit slower, like I'll just half the speed at which he rams into you. But like, if I play the game right now, we see him over here and he's, approaching quite fast, and oh no, scary monster. Can I dodge in time? Yes, I can. Okay. Very, very scary, I know, and he just leaves over there. But how do we make a system that lets us screenshot the monster, right? Not when he's far away, because obviously if we want fog to be here, right, then we can't like, because again, imagine this. Imagine like there's fog all around us, right? And like the monster's like somewhere over there. If I take a screenshot before I can actually see the monster, that doesn't really work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make too much sense. So instead, we should figure out a system where we can screenshot the monster once it's within an appropriate visible distance, right? So how do we do that? Because right now I'm just standing in a blank base plate. It's kind of dark, kind of scary. We can see the moon up there. The monster is long gone. I feel actually kind of sad now. I'm alone here, and he was scary, but he also was company. So let's bring him back. And eventually I'm also thinking like I want to add a bunch of these around the map. Like just maybe like 4 of them like all at once, like trying to chase me down, and maybe they all have like varying levels of speed, and maybe like I have to like keep screenshotting each and every one like in order to teleport them away as I'm trying to look for some item. Like imagine like it's foggy and there's like a dense forest or whatever. I don't know, I feel like that would make for a pretty fun game, especially because you have to screenshot, right? Do you even know how to screenshot on Roblox? Like do you know what the keybinds for that is? I literally had to learn it for this video, like option 1 or something. Look at that. Yay! Hello! There we go. Look at that. And now I have a capture of this guy. That's pretty cool. I quite like that. Now, the code for this is actually very, very simple. It's weird. People think that things are often like a lot harder than they actually are, right? Like even sitting down to script this, I thought would be a bit more difficult, but no, I mean, I just made this guy in like 2 minutes or something. He works. That's pretty cool. And I don't want to bore you with all this code, because bro, I get it. You're here for monsters chasing you down with the player trying to like screenshot things. What I'll do is I'll just explain the code in like a very brain dead easy way. And then once I'm just doing math effectively, I'm just going to talk about like what I actually want the game to have. Now, as for the code, we just have to get this thing called capture service, and then here we can actually detect when the capture begins. Connect that to a function, blah, blah, blah. So whenever the capture begins, we can now do certain things. So what I'm thinking is, because I want multiple of these monsters, I'm actually just going to call this guy like Monster 1 or something, and I'm going to put him inside a folder, which I'll call Monsters. And then in this capture service, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for IV, so I'm going to loop through this folder, right? Which basically means we just go through every single item, right? So workspace, wait for child, monsters, get children do. Now V is going to be a part, so I can actually just tell Roblox that, hey, this is supposed to be a part, because again, monster is a part, right? And so we have to detect, well, number one, whether we can actually see the monster on the camera, and then whether the monster is actually close enough to where we can actually see him or not. Now, to detect if he's on screen, very simple. We can get the camera of our player, and then we can say world to screen point. And once we give it a position, so the position is going to be that of the monster, so I'm going to say v.position. This will effectively return two variables. The first one being some random stuff nobody really cares about, but the second one is going to be a true or false, depending on whether the monster is actually on screen, right? So I can say local. First variable, again, underscore, no one cares about it. But then the second one, I'll call on screen. So if this variable is equal to true, then the monster is on screen. So I could do something simple like, I don't know, I can just say if on screen, then print hello, and just to check it out real quick, right? So if I play the game like this, let's see, if I take a screenshot, there we go, look at that, hello, 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 that's pretty cool. But the moment I look away, hello doesn't get printed. The other thing we need to do as well is to actually detect whether the monster is close enough to where the player just can't really see them. And for this, we would need the fog back. And I'm thinking this amount of fog is fine, honestly. Like, maybe something like this, like maybe we want to see the monster. Because I don't know, I don't want it to be too unfair. So let me see. Like, how does this look? I mean, yeah, honestly, this is more than enough time, in my opinion. And this is where I also wanted to print out how far the monster is away from my character, which is a very simple task as well. Again, this is like the last bit of boring scripting, I promise. We just get the position of the monster, so I'm going to say script.parent.position. Then we subtract the character's position, so I can just say workspace, wait for child, the original lamp, because that's my name, dot humanoid root part dot position. And we can do this in any order, so this doesn't have to come first. I can put this first and then you know, subtract that by script.parent. Doesn't matter. But then I just have to put all of this into brackets like so, and then I have to say dot magnitude like so. And this will basically start printing out numbers at the bottom, which is going to tell us how far away the monster is from my character. So let's actually check this out, right? 200, and so let's just see. Okay, did you see that? So when he was at around 70, when it was around 70, I think that's when he actually started becoming visible. So that's pretty interesting, right? So we just have to then, in this local script, we have to basically say if on screen, and we have to get the magnitude again. So I'm just going to say v.position minus game.players.localplayer.character.humanoid root parts.position.magnitude, and we want this magnitude to be below or equal to 70. So I can say less than or equal to 70. So again, if both of these are true, then we run our code. If even one of these is false, then we're just not going to do anything. And so what we can do is we can just print print captured, right? So that means we actually captured him, else print not captured. So let's just quickly test this out and see how this works. So the monster is right there, not captured, not captured. But then he's visible, captured. Look at that. Perfect. And then he leaves again, and then now he's no longer captured. Okay, that's pretty funny. Now, the last thing we have to do is actually to make this guy disappear if we take a screenshot of him. Or sorry, not disappear, but just make him go to like the other side of the map or something like that. Now, we can only do this on the server script because local scripts only do things for the player. So like, for example, if I end up, like, I can actually show this right now. If I happen to destroy this guy on a local script, I could say v destroy. So I could destroy the monster, which will just delete him from the game. But it's only going to delete him on my client, right? On the script, he will still exist, right? Because I'm only deleting him for my player, but in the actual game, he'll still be real. And because this is where he kills us, then he's gonna kill us anyway. So let me just show you this right now, right? So if I take a screenshot just on time, and it's perfect, and he disappears, like look at that, right? He's gone, But then if I go to the server, right, he still exists. Now, it's actually pretty interesting. I was somewhat expecting him to kill us, but I guess he didn't, so that's pretty interesting. But my point is that this is just better to do on the actual server, because if, let's say, you're playing with someone else, you know, then they would also see the change, not just you. And again, blah, 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 very simple, right? We get a remote event. We use that remote event to then fire a message to the server by saying game, replicated storage, remote event, fire server, and then we can just give it the name of the monster. So I can say v.name. Again, this is assuming all of the monsters will have different names, like monster 1, monster 2, monster 3, and so on. And so then over here, we could say something like game, replicated storage, remote events, on server events, connect function, which will give us the player who fired, but also it's going to give us the monster name, right? So I'll say monster name. And so here I can just say monster name dot position. We can just say plus equals, so we're going to increase this monster's position by, I don't know, like 500 studs or something. Just move him away from the player as much as we can, right? So I can say vector3 dot new, I don't know, like 500 and then 0 and then 500 as well, or something like that. So yeah, finally, if I do it like this, it should work, right? So let's see. He's over here, and now, damn, okay. All right, after some very serious troubleshooting, I forgot that this is a name, right, and not a part, so that should be fixed now. Again, you know, let's just check this out, let's see how this works. Look at that, look at that. Okay, wait, hold on. He's gone, but he'll be back. Oh yeah, right, I forgot he's just gonna continuously move forward. Damn, okay. So this is actually my next step. He shouldn't just keep moving forward. He should actually move towards me, right? Because look, I'm the player. I'm very, very important. So the way we're going to do this is I want to get the player. So I'm going to say local player is going to be equal to, let's assume this is a one player game, just to make things a bit simpler. I'm going to say game.players, player added, wait. So we're going to wait until a player joins the game. Once a player joins the game, this will return that player. So then this variable will be equal to the player who joined the game for the first time. And so over here, we could say something like, if not player.character. So if the player doesn't have a character, then just do nothing. Then we're going to continue end, as in move on to the next iteration of the loop. However, if the player does have a character, then instead of just changing the position, here's what we can do. Script.parent.cframe, which is position plus orientation, is going to be equal to cframe.new, which needs a position. So again, this will be the position, right? It's going to be the monster's current position plus 0.5 studs in the direction that it's looking towards. But then we want it to look towards the player, right? And this is very nice because the second value is the position that we want the monster to look at, which again is going to be the character's position, right? So I'm going to say player.character head position, like so. So let's actually try it out. Wait, if I do it like this, I'm actually curious. Wait, let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. Ooh, I'm not a fan. Is he gone? Wait, I said 500, right? Oh, wait. Hold on. Yep. There we go. That is cool. I am kind of making him go to the same exact spot every time, so we might have to switch that up a bit. But that's pretty cool. Again, imagine 4 of these. Bro, oh my god. Now, there is some scripting that I still have left to do. If you find this like really boring, you know, feel free to like skip to whenever the video gets good in the future. I will do my best to actually fully explain what each line of code does. So even if you're not a scripter, you can actually get some insights on how these games are even made and how like my thought process kind of works, you know, when making stuff like this. Again, and if you're a developer, I do think that you might find some of this knowledge pretty helpful. But yeah, if you just came here for funny monsters running around and chasing people, this might be a skippable section. Okay, so now that all the nerds are here, my goal here is to make multiple monsters, right? So I want to have monster 1, monster 2, monster 3, and monster 4, blah, blah, blah. And I want them to be positioned at certain locations, right? I want this guy to be like over there, this guy to be like in the other corner, and I just have 4 monsters that are just in a bunch of different corners. And I want each monster to have a different speed, right? Because if they all have the same speed, they're gonna like trail the player in like a very repetitive way, which means that all of them are just gonna be like in like a single file line, just like following the player, which obviously probably isn't something that we necessarily want. So we're gonna have to ensure that all of them start off with different positions. Or maybe they start off with the same position, but maybe we could have a thing where like they slowly increase in speed in random amounts, right? Then we could have something where like when the player captures one of these monsters, maybe we can make them like disabled for a second and then just set their speed back to 0. So then they just have to like start all over again. Like I actually quite like the idea of that. Now, the good thing about this monster is that it already has a script inside of it, right? So we can actually do all of this stuff just within this one script. So I can actually make a variable for speed right here, right? I could say local speed is equal to like 0. Then instead of saying with 0.5, we could just say speed, right? So whatever this variable is, that's how fast the monster is going to be traveling. And so I'm thinking every second we could just increment the speed by like a tiny but like random amount. And I will have to use a while loop again. So I'll have to say task.wait 1 second. Problem with doing this though is that once you make a while loop, which doesn't end, it just remains running forever, right? Which, you know, that means that we will never get to this loop. But what this loop is doing is it's effectively trying to run every single frame. And the way I can actually achieve that is I can say game.runService heartspeed connect function. And if I just do it like this, there we go. This effectively does the same thing. Just except for continue, I have to say return because it's technically a function, but this effectively does the same thing as the while loop, but it doesn't halt the code, right? So this while loop is actually going to be able to run. So then I'm thinking we could just give the monster like a 1 out of 2 chance of increasing speed. So I can say if math.random12, if this is equal to 1, which is a 50% chance, then we're going to increase the speed. So I'm going to say speed plus equals, and I don't want to increase it by too much. So we could do something like math.random 2 and 5, but then we could divide this number by like 100, right? So 2 divided by 100 would be 0.02, 5 would be 0.05. So every second, we're just adding that to the speed. The other thing that I also want to do is I actually want to do 2 things when the monster gets caught, or sorry, like 3 things actually. The first thing is I want to randomize the position because right now it's just 500. Like, look at this. What is this? We're basically just putting it in the same exact corner all the time, which probably isn't good. However, we can't do a math.random on this as well because I still want it to be 500, but I want it to be either positive 500 or negative 500. So what I'm thinking then is we could say random x, because this is x and this is z, right? And then I'll make a variable random z. For starters, I'll set these equal to 500, like so. 500, 500, there we go. And I'll just replace it with this, so random x and random z. So as of now, nothing has changed, right? We just made these into variables and just replaced them with variables. But now I could say if math.random 1, 2, if it's equal to 1, again, a 50% chance, then random x is going to be equal to negative 500 end. And then we're going to do another one of these, but for random z, right? So we're going to give each of these a 50% chance to turn negative. So great, that's done. The other thing that I want to do is I want to decrease the speed, right? Because I don't know, I feel like if this guy just keeps increasing in speed, that's probably not good. And now that I've said that, we probably actually want to make like a cap on the speed. I mean, what do you think? Should the monster be capped or should we just have very speedy monsters? I'm going to cap it to 3 because I think 3 is like insanely fast. So I'm going to say if speed is more than or equal to 3, then continue end. So we're just not going to do anything if it's more than or equal to 3. But whenever the monster gets captured, I want to take the speed and divide it by half. So I'm just going to say speed divided by equals 2. And this is just another way of saying speed is equal to speed divided by 2, right? Because again, we're just taking its current value and dividing it by 2. I'm not sure why Roblox doesn't just let us do something like this. Like, I feel like this would be a lot simpler, but you know, small indie company, right? So obviously they can, you know, do whatever they want. And another thing just real quick is I want the monsters to be disabled for just like a simple second, right? Just right after the player captures them. So I'm going to say local disabled. This is going to be equal to false. And so I'm just going to add this in front of every statement. If disabled, as in if disabled is true, then return end. So meaning that we're not going to do anything. Then over here where it controls the movement, I'll say the same thing. If disabled, then return end. And over here as well. If disabled, then continue end. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say disabled is equal to true. So we're going to disable the monster right after the monster gets captured. I'm going to wait, let's say 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds. And then disabled is equal to false. There we go. And I honestly think this is pretty much perfect. Let me just move away this atmosphere. You know, could there be improvements? Sure, you know, there could, but I think this is pretty fun. So I could literally just take a bunch of these monsters, right? Just put them over here. So we can have one here. We could have one over here and one over here. And a good part about this is that it doesn't matter how I'm like rotating them because they're all just going to rotate for the player. A small issue though is that they're kind of on the ground, which probably shouldn't happen. So here, let me just move them up a little bit. There we go. Kind of, I know these are monsters and everything, but you know, they are our monsters. So we have to ensure that they're on good grounds. But yeah, I mean, let's just try this out. Like if I just go to the server, oh wait, there we go. Let's see how this works, right? Look, see? They're all starting at 0, but they're all starting to kind of move into it. Okay, this guy's taking the lead. What about this guy? Okay, he's moving too. Oh, look at that. He gained a big burst in speed. Oh, this guy's catching up though. I think this guy's gonna win. Okay, 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 okay. And boom. Damn. That's crazy. Damn. Look at that. You guys good? Oh, okay. Damn, okay. Nah, guys, we good. Okay, alright. I'll move this back now. But as you just saw there, you know, capturing these guys is pretty important. What I'm thinking as well is, actually, I'm gonna rename these. So I'm gonna say Monster 2 for this guy, and I'm gonna say Monster 3 for this guy. I'll remove the fourth one, just because I feel like it's a little bit too much. And in terms of positioning them, I guess I'll just have... I don't know. I'll move this guy over here because I feel like right now they got a bit too close to me in like a very small amount of time, I'll be honest. So yeah, we're gonna move everyone to their proper positions, and yeah, there we go. All right, so this is it. Boring scripting stuff aside. I don't like this. I know I added sounds and everything, but like, they're faster now in case you didn't see that. So not a fan, and I don't want to keep talking because I have to like listen for them. Ooh, I really don't like this. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. I see, hold on. I hear him. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. Oh, man. It says not captured for the other two, but like, oh, that's pretty fun. Okay, I'm not a fan. Okay. Let's just stop it there. But you saw that, right? That's pretty interesting. I actually wonder where we can go from here. I think maybe like make the area a bit more fun. Like, for example, like instead of having this boring gray base plate, what if we just turn it green? And what if we just make it like, hold on, grass? Look at that. Yeah, look at that. We just have this like dirty brown grass. And then in the toolbox, if I just find trees, look at that. Realistic tree. Ooh, that is nice. That's cool. Yeah, so imagine that. I could literally just have like a bunch of trees on the map. And yeah, we can have like some trees over here. Then we could like move them kind of around here. And maybe we could even rotate them around like so. There we go. Yeah, so I guess I'm now just stuck to planting trees around the map. I mean, I guess there you go, guys. This is the boring part of making games. You have to copy and paste trees for like, I don't know, hopefully not too long. I know I have a bunch of untouched areas, but I could literally just take all of this and I could just say copy, and then I could just, I don't know, move it to like over here. Look at that. There we go. And I can say copy and I can move that to over here. And then yeah, I could literally just enable all of these and then just say, okay, copy, move this thing over here like so, and then copy again and then move it over here, and beautiful. Now we have an amazing luscious forest that looks like this, and you know what, that's pretty cool. Oh, a tree's hovering. That's not good, but this is actually a very easy fix. I'll just take a tree that actually is on the ground. I'll just copy its Y coordinate, and I'll take all the other trees like so, look at that, and I'll ground them back into place. There we go. Look at that. And I do just hope that these are actually anchored, because it would not be cool to have a bunch of these trees that just are not anchored. Okay. In case you don't know, anchor just means like it doesn't fall from gravity, because there's a lot of like stupid people that make models and then they just don't anchor them at all. It's so stupid. Like I don't know why they do it. But all right, we have our trees. This actually looks pretty nice. It really reminds me of these like old like you know, like scary games. I don't know. And we could even have like a flashlight or something like that. Now, right before I play this game, I want to add one more thing, which is an actual reason to play. Because as it is right now, look, I know we've just made an amazing experience and the monsters are chasing us and all of that, which is pretty funny, I'll admit. But there must be a reason for the player to walk around and actually do something. And I think what we should add is some sort of like, I don't know, like maybe like some button that we have to press. Like for example, maybe here, I'll just quickly make up a story. We are like a night guard at some forest and the power ran out, and you know, oh wow, there are power boxes. So let me power box, or what is it called? Yeah, well, look at it. There's an electric power box over here, right? Which I'll just put in a folder called power boxes. And unfortunately, power has run out, and there is 3 of these on the map. And you know, they're a bit far away from one another, you know, like a tiny bit. And so our job as the, you know, security night guards is that we have to go and we have to find these boxes. Right? So, you know, they could be here, they could be there, you know, we never know. We never know. Although I am actually wondering something. If we have like a light, right? So, I don't know, if I have this like really bright light that's like shining from this thing, because I feel like that would make sense, right? What if I were to take this dark thing and move it into the fog? Would we see it further because it's light. Let me just see. Because I feel like this would be pretty cool. Like if I just increase the range by like a lot, like something like that. Like let's see. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Look at that. And then we move up here and okay, that's a bit too bright. Or we could actually do highlights. I don't know if any of you have played this game called like Slenderman. Like it's like this like Roblox Slenderman game. It's actually very fun. I was surprised it kind of died off. I was very surprised by that. I thought it was like still going strong. But in that game, you have a very similar thing where you have these like generators, right? And you have to like go and actually enable the generators. And then once you enable them, then they turn green and like, you know, it's all pretty nice. So what I'm thinking is, what if we just have this highlights just inside of every single electrical box? So this way the player isn't just lost. Like the player actually knows that they have some sort of objective and mission to get to, right? And I can even make these a bit better by just making the outline color like also red. So look at that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And so then, yeah, the player could walk up to the electric power box, right? And we could just select some random part, like maybe, yeah, there we go. Like even something like this. And then here we could just insert a proximity prompt, which is effectively like, you know, those things where like you walk up to an item and it like shows you like a little button that you can press. Let's actually just do that. Let's have a button, which, how long do we want the player to hold it for? Let's do 7 seconds, okay? So you have to stand there still holding this button for 7 seconds. So let's just call this fix generator. There we go. And I do want to speed things up here because I actually do really want to try this game out, but I'll be real quick here. Script.parent.triggered. So again, script.parent is the proximity prompt. Yeah, the moment it gets triggered, we can find this highlight and I want to change it to be a green color. So I can say script.parent, which is the proximity prompt, .parent, which is the part that the proximity prompt is inside of, then .parent again, which is the electric power box, then .highlight. Then I'll just say fill color is going to be equal to color3.firmRGB, and we could set the fill color to be just, I don't know, like green or something. And then we can do the same thing for outline color. So outline color is also going to be, you know, a nice green. And then finally, script.parent, we're going to destroy it. And actually right before that, I'll make this thing called an int value, which is effectively like an item which can hold a number value. And I'm going to call this generators activated, like so. So initially it's 0. So then we're going to say workspace dot generators activated dot value plus equals 1. So whenever we activate a generator, this value is going to increase by 1. And then once this value is going to be 3, then we can, I don't know, give the player like a victory screen or something like that. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll take this proximity prompt. I'm going to add it to every other electrical outlet. Oh, and almost forgot. If you are coding along with this, set requires line of sight to be off because it's inside of a box, right? So if this was on, then we can't do anything. But okay, that is done. That is done. And then finally, I believe this one, yeah, there we go. We give it the proximity prompt. Again, requires line of sight is off. And then finally, I'm going to add a script inside of this generator's activated thing. And I'm going to say script.parent.changed, which will fire whenever the value gets changed. So we're going to get the value like so. And we're going to say if value is more than or equal to the number of generators. So I can say workspace.powerboxes get children, and I can put a hashtag in front of that, which effectively just returns the number of items inside of the powerboxes folder. Then I can say, we're going to go through every single player. So for IV in game players gets players, do v kick, we're going to kick the player, and we are going to say you survived. Amazing. There we go. So yeah, let's actually try this game out and see if I can maybe win. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to real quick, I added a script to the character. I'll make the speed a bit faster just because, I don't know, I thought we were walking a bit too slow back there. So I'll set walk speed equal to 30, okay? So usually it's 16, so we're almost doubling it here, but it should be fine, right? Script.parent, humanoid, walk speed 30. Let's try this game out. Let's see how beatable it is. Okay, there we go. We got one. I mean, look, the way that I'm looking at it, right? I gotta be a bit silent here. But the way that I'm seeing it is like, we should be fine. Because if we die, I'm speaking this way because I'm just trying to listen for monsters. Okay. But if we die, we should be fine. Oh man, this is actually unnerving. I don't like horror games at all, bro. I'll be honest. Ooh. Okay. See, what I don't like is that like, they're really fast now, probably. I actually really don't like this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Wait. Where? Where? What? Oh my god. Okay, we're fine. Fix generator 2. Okay. Phew. That's actually, bro, I don't like this at all. I know I made the game, but like, oh man. Okay. Last one. You know what? I'm just gonna keep screenshotting. I don't care. The moment I hear something, I'm just gonna screenshot. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. It's not even that scary. It's like just, oh man, please. Come on, we're right there. Right there. Come on. Okay, we're doing it. Okay. No, no, please, 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 please. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Okay, it didn't show me the message, but we should have been kicked. Okay, that is actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into like an actual game that you can try out. I was gonna do the same thing with the tycoon game, right? Like the horror tycoon game. And then a bunch of people said like, bro, it doesn't work. So look, I'm gonna ensure that it doesn't happen, right? As a matter of fact, look, it only didn't work because when I was scripting it, I basically just made it for myself. So I know there was actually this one guy who left a comment and he was like, bro, like the monster doesn't work. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like it works fine for me. And then I looked through the code and turns out that like when I looked through the code, I made it so that like it would only chase players named like the original lamp, which is my username, which is pretty funny. Honestly, I probably should have left that in there. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, you might be noticing that I'm making the game, you know, a bit harder, you know, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna summon an electric box like right over here. And another thing that I'm thinking of honestly is like, we could just occlude these, right? So we could make it so that like they actually are hidden by like trees and such. Yeah, I actually like this a lot more than just having them just be always on top, because then I don't know, it feels kind of bad, right? But let's see. Okay, occluded. Yeah, I do really like this. And the last thing that I'm gonna do is I actually want like a generator sound. So let me see, generator. Can we find anything good? All right, so I guess I'm gonna do stuff like that like once the game actually gets, you know, published and everything. But I will have the game linked in the description and the pinned comment. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think this is pretty fun. And, you know, as a matter of fact, boom, one more electrical box. There we go. Let's make it right over here. But yeah, you know, I hope you enjoyed this little thing that I made here. I actually think this is a really fun game. I don't know. I feel like way too many games, they just rely on like little gimmicks like, oh, run away from the monster, or like, oh, if the monster gets close to you, you can like tase, or I don't know, something like that. I think screenshotting is a lot more fun. I don't know, because you screenshot and it's like, it's fun because you get to like look back on it, and yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Obviously, because the monster disappears right as you screenshot, then you won't actually see the monster in the screenshot. Like I can actually show you this right now if I just yeah, look at that, all of the screenshots that I've taken. Okay, we have this one, but that was just the old one. Yeah, look at that, no monster. That's pretty fun. Yeah, so obviously look, fog is being added back. There we go, we have our fog. But yeah, look, I challenge you to go and play this game and finish it, you know. I'm curious if anyone can. I'm saying it as if it's like some big difficult task, but again, it's really not. Like this honestly is a fairly simple game. But again, I think screenshotting has a lot of potential. Again, not to glaze my own game here, but I kind of like games that have like meta things in them, like games that kind of force you to do things that technically are outside of them. Like for example, there's a game called DDLC where you have to like delete character files. Like you have to go into the game files and delete like files of characters to win, and like that was pretty cool to me. So yeah, you know, with Roblox giving us this much control over screenshots, you know, I thought might as well do something like this. And yeah, there's definitely a lot more polishing you could do to a game like this. Like more trees probably would be nicer, because right now there's just a bit more empty space. Probably some sort of beginning to the game, like maybe it's daytime and you're actually like, you know, like walking around, and like some guy tells you like, hey, listen, you know, at night the generators will go down, so you have to, you know, find the generators. And then like some hint like, hey, by the way, if you take a screenshot of something, like, hey, I heard this like mythical tale that if you take a screenshot of something, then they're gonna disappear. And maybe like some little tutorial where like you have to take a screenshot for the game to progress. Like the guy says, oh, try taking a screenshot, and you take a screenshot and like something happens, and he's like, wow, so the myth is real, or something like that. I don't know. I might honestly make something like that, like, but you know, yeah, if you're a developer, or if you're like, you know, considering developing, I think this would be a really fun project for you to try and make. And of course, I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't shill everything right here. So I got a course, it's $30, 7 hours long. And look, I know, I get it, everyone has a course, but look, the way I made it, bro, I was in school, I was skipping classes to make this, right? When I was younger, and when I was scripting, like I was like 15, 3 years ago, I literally, bro, I couldn't find a single good tutorial. And the things I'm seeing right now with what people are doing, I don't think modern scripting tutorials are that good either, except for mine, obviously, right? But like, I don't know. And it can be very confusing to begin like on YouTube. It's very stupid. So if you like my teaching style, and if you have $30 to spare, I made a course that I specifically designed to help younger me. If that sounds someone like you, you know, younger me, I was still amazing and hot and everything, but, you know, I was struggling a little bit when it came to scripting. So if that sounds like you know, amazing, hot, strong, but, you know, not the best at Roblox Studio, because, you know, you're not a nerd, then, you know, you could go and check the course out. But yeah, subscribe, I guess. I don't know. Like, share, subscribe, or whatever they say. But also do leave a comment, you know, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know any like other cool things that you're thinking about, like when it comes to, you know, screenshots or maybe like just games like this in general. I do like reading the comments, so, you know, I might read yours as well. And yeah, so the game will be linked in the description and the pinned comment. And as always, we're back to basics. Thank you for watching.